Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Drivers leaving after causing a crash is a problem police face regularly. There are at least a dozen hit-and-run crashes a month in Moorhead alone. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Andrea is off. The problem of hit-and-runs is even worse in Fargo. It can happen to anyone, and it's a hassle for not only the victim, but police as well. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows you what to do so you don't end up footing the bill.
No one plans on being in a crash, but it happens, and it's worse when the person who hits you drives off.
Fargo Moorhead in general, we're not used to seeing that much, but there has been an incline from what we've seen. Insurance
agent Ashley Baker says most of the time drivers who leave do it because they don't have insurance.
Quite a few drive without coverage.
And it's you who feels the pain if you get hit and that driver doesn't have insurance or drives off. It's your responsibility. If you have full coverage, you can file a claim with your insurance company and most likely will still have to pay the deductible. If you only have liability insurance, you're left paying the whole bill. And if you can find the driver, there's a chance of taking that person to court.
This leaves a lot of people as victims that shouldn't have the responsibility.
Lieutenant Tori Jacobson with Moorhead Police says if you get hit, write down the license plate numbers and get a good look at the driver. If you don't, it's very hard for police to track someone down. And if police do catch the criminal,
we're always going to be looking to see that the vehicle is insured and that the driver was licensed. We're going to look at the reason for the accident and if someone's more at fault or disobeyed a law, traffic law. But then the additional charge of leaving the scene of an accident.
A stiff warning from police. If you drive off, you're worse off. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Last year, Fargo handed out more than 100 tickets to people who left after causing a crash. North Dakota law says a person can lose up to 18 points off their driver's license if they're caught, and depending on the severity, it could lead to jail time. Warmer temperatures have brought an unusual sight for this time of year. Rain is washing a bit of the slush away. Meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli joins us now. Justin, will our warmer weather stick around this weekend?
Yep, it will stick around through the weekend, so pretty good timing there. So good evening, everybody. Temperatures were warm today, and we're seeing that rain out there still up and down the valley. The good news is the heaviest and steadiest is exiting the Fargo area. You're still seeing some rain off to the south and as you make your way off to the east, and also showing up on some radar out toward the Foston area in Bagley. Maybe some heavy wet snowflakes falling out that way as the system moves into some cooler air, but temperatures are mainly above freezing across the area, so we're not really worried about any concerns out there as of right now. Temperatures mainly into the mid to upper 30s everywhere you look right now, with the rain bringing in the warmer air, and the moisture will stay with us as we go through the overnight period, mainly cloudy skies, and temperatures getting into the lower 30s as we go through the early morning hours. So we told you the warm weather was going to stick around through the weekend, but a big change is ahead for next week. We'll get into that later in the newscast.
Thanks, Justin. More than 27,000 teenagers are 30 days or more behind on their recommended immunizations. That's according to the North Dakota Department of Health. The department sends letters to parents quarterly, and the most common vaccine that teens are behind on are meningitis and chickenpox. A Sanford pediatrician says that it is important for teenagers to continue to come in for their annual checkups to make sure that they stay healthy and up to date on vaccines.
The times that they're recommended to be given are the times when your child is most prone to those infections, so it really is important to get it at the recommended intervals.
To see the list of school vaccination requirements for children broken down by grades, click on this story on our website, valleynewslive.com. A local school is taking a proactive approach to a topic that might make some parents cringe: head lice. This letter was sent to families whose children attend Centennial Elementary. In the letter, the principal says the school is taking steps to prevent head lice by putting all lost and found hats into bags. And no winter hats will be exchanged or handed out to students who lost or forgot them. The principal is encouraging families to talk to their children about sharing clothes that could lead to head lice. You can read the full letter online. Once again, go to our website at valleynewslive.com and click on this story. Centennial School in South Fargo went into lockdown for a short time today. It happened over the lunch period when a medical incident occurred involving a staff member. Ambulance and law enforcement responded. The school says the staff member is doing well and is resting at home and will return next week. No word of an arrest regarding the man who ran from police after a traffic stop yesterday. Police say Josh Ashenko took off running after he had spotted in a stolen vehicle around West Acres. He had several warrants out for his arrest for giving false information and drug-related offenses. If you have any information regarding his whereabouts, you're asked to contact the Red River Regional Dispatch Center. This happened around the same time that someone tried to steal a pickup truck from behind the Treasure Island parking lot. Police say that they aren't sure whether the two incidents are connected. After several burglaries, Grand Forks police are warning the community to lock up and keep an eye out. Since the beginning of the new year, police have responded and received 25 reports of burglaries and seven criminal trespass complaints. Now, police encourage the community to report all suspicious behavior, including people walking through neighborhoods at night, cars driving slowly through neighborhoods, and any unusual sounds. They also encourage you to keep your doors locked when you're away or at home and sleeping, and to use exterior lights that illuminate doorways at night. An Iowa man who was shot by a Fargo police officer after an armed robbery has changed his plea. Eric Lee Webb pleaded guilty to 3 separate counts stemming from the June incident, including robbery and being a felon in possession of a firearm. Now, police say he was armed with a gun when he entered the Howard Johnson in North Fargo and demanded money from an employee. Webb discharged his firearm in the hotel. An employee gave him cash and then he took off. Court documents say that Webb fired his gun at 2 Fargo police officers who were trying to escape. None of the officers were injured, but Webb did end up getting shot and arrested. It's Friday, so it's time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. And police say that Trevor Comes Flying is wanted for revocation of probation on aggravated assault. Call your local law enforcement if you have any information on Comes Flying's whereabouts. Today's the 7th anniversary of President Obama's first bill signed into law, the Lilly Ledbetter Act. The law granted an extended statute of limitations when it comes to a female employee suing an employer for discriminatory pay. Now, the bill was inspired by Ledbetter's lawsuit against Goodyear Tires when she thought her pay was lower than her because she was a woman. Women across the country are still fighting these types of cases. Upwards of 30 states will introduce paycheck equality legislation. The anniversary of Ledbetter's bill provides the perfect reason to reignite the fight for federal legislation like the Paycheck Fairness Act, currently stalled in Congress. Under federal law, gender-based pay discrimination is already illegal, but activists say the Paycheck Fairness Act would give the law more protections.
Everybody agrees there's a pay gap and we need to do something about it. It's not myth, it's math.
Matz adds that she thanks Congress and thinks Congress will wait until after the presidential election to come up with equal pay legislation, but she does say she fully expects that the bill will be bipartisan. Well, the first ever North of Normal Frostival is kicking off right now in downtown Fargo. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric is live at the U.S. Bank Plaza in Bradford. A little bit of rain earlier in the day. Has that dampened the crowd at all?
No, actually, it's a nice-sized crowd here downtown here tonight, and organizers are banking on it actually not being too frosty. They say they're expecting large crowds for this event because of the slightly warmer weather. I talked to the Frostville organizers today who also told me you don't actually need snow for many of the events that they have planned. So what's going on here tonight? Well, we have a hot chocolate judging contest. So you come down, sample some hot chocolate, tell them which one is the best. Many of these stores downtown here are going to stay open a little later. So if you have some shopping to do, you can get that done. If you're a couple looking for something romantic to do, there are free horse-drawn carriage rides. That sounds pretty fun. There are food vendors. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's loud music going on, fire pits for roasting marshmallows. Remember, this event goes on all weekend long, and hey, it's a great way to beat your cabin fever. Reporting live downtown Fargo, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Looks like a pretty decent crowd. Thanks, Bradford. And you can find out more about this year's Frostival on our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on the Hot button for a full list of the weekend events. And remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook. You can follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. The Fargo Dome is full of some of the best rides on water. We have a feel for summer fun later on Valley News Live at 6.
And we're still dealing with some rain showers in portions of the area, but they are making their way out. We were near 40 degrees today, and the warm air is going to stick around at least through the weekend. We'll tell you more in full weather coming up next.